To battle, packmates! And welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command, Orion Pirates Plus One. I'm Fleet Admiral Tarek of the heavy battlecruiser Call of the Wild as we continue our campaign against the Hydran Star Kingdom, and last time we managed to lose a battleship. We decided to see what would happen if we took on something like 40 fighters, and we found out that's a really, really bad idea. And so now we're currently sitting back in Fleet Dock here at 211, with nothing except a brand new X-type heavy cruiser. I'm excited. It has been a while since we have had something that's kind of felt new, fresh, and interesting in the Lyran campaign. Battleships are nice, they're big, they're huge, you cannot deny that, but at the end of the day, well, the Lyran battleship was a tad boring. Mainly because you had to spend the first couple of turns just sitting there doing nothing at all. But we're finally inside a vessel that allows us to be a little bit more aggressive. I say that and I lie. Because, I think... Come on, shields go up. Let's see exactly how much power we have to play with. Not even one. We have 0.5 points of energy free. I was hoping, I had so much hope that I would now be able to use more speed, more power at the very beginning, but no, that's not going to happen. Anyway, let's take a look around the ship, see how things are. This ship is equipped pretty interestingly. We have 6 disruptors, 2 expanding sphere generators, 2 ESG lances, 2 heavy phaser Bs, 2 Gatling phaser mounts, and 12 phaser Xs. That's a pretty decent amount of firepower, if I do say so myself, and I have. So let's see exactly what it is we're getting involved with. I'm seeing a dreadnought and a heavy battlecruiser. The dreadnought is clearly the more dangerous of the threats. So let's kick on the engines, see how much we can actually get going on this. I'm going to immediately go maximum power to electronic countermeasure, make sure that he has to fight me, not I'm fighting him. Although we do not have the same sort of get in close and crunch power that we used to have. We only have 2 ESGs, not 6. So we're doing 40 damage, not 120. So a little bit of a downgrade there. But in exchange, we have weapons like, well, our disruptors, which I'm going to currently set on our hardpoints now, and our ESG lances. But I will get to the ESG lances just as soon as I finish lining up every single other weapon we currently have. Wow, we actually don't even charge everything when we just sit still. That's pretty interesting. The heavy phaser Bs do not charge while we're just sitting still, because they require even more power. And to that end, I'm going to put them on 4, which means the lance, I think I'm going to link to the heavy phasers. I only have 4 hardpoints and I need all of them. And that means I finally put just the normal ESG on 3. So 1 is our 12... I'm missing a phaser mount here. Somewhere. Ah, there it is. There we go. 1 is our 12 phaser ones, 2 is our disruptors, 3 is our ESGs, and 4 is our ESGs and our heavy phasers. He's launched his fighters. Let's see exactly what we're dealing with. We may have spent too long sort of just chilling, kind of trying to see what was going on here. So let's go ESG to level 2. I'm actually going to try and pick up a little bit more speed. How am I doing in power? That's as fast as I'm willing to go because I want a decent amount of power in the forward shield. Ow! He nailed us with that one. I thought we had enough power into the... in fact, I'm going to quickly make sure we keep a ton of power into that. I want to get around to his fighters. His fighters, frankly, scare me more than he does. So we're going to slowly maneuver our way around. Jeez, can you just, like, give me an angle on your fighter ships? God, man. I'm not trying to kill you yet. Shields are almost down on that mark, and I really want to be able to turn to get involved in doing other things. Okay. And you must die. And now you must die. Phasers to overload. Give me an angle. Oh, if he gets back, I'm going to be so very annoyed. I think he's going to get back. Disruptors. Disruptors have an angle. There we go. Okay. Worth it. Totally worth it. Mine, let's build some space. So we've taken out this Regent's fighter complement, which is important. And now we need to start pulling away. Now we have no more power in our shield reinforcements, but that's perfectly fine. Did we have a friend? Not anymore. I thought we had a friend for a little bit, but apparently he's dead. Why are you so gosh darn accurate on me? I'm currently sitting in a defensive 2, and he is still just nailing me constantly. It's rather painful. So we're going to wait for all of our systems to get recharged before we go back in to try and work with him. We're still learning our way around the ship. The fighters are a little bit of a problem. Gosh darn it. Fighters are a little bit more than just a small bit of a problem because they meant that we weren't allowed to just go in on him whenever we felt like it. We had to sit back at range and plan things. I hate ESGs. Or not ESGs, I hate Hellbores. Hellbores are so frustrating to have to fight. All right, let's get back on in on this. I want to see what this lance is going to do. So, phasers, no, ESG, set to a range of 0. Slow down, slow down. ESG's to full power. Disruptors. Phasers, all weapons. Because I want to hit his hull with those heavy phaser Bs. Because the heavy phaser Bs will actually shock systems out of control. We just did 200 damage to him. That's good. That's really good. Look at that speed tumble. He's down to a speed of 8. We're going to build some distance in because our forward shield is mostly gone. This is kind of not exactly the angle that I would like my shields to currently be selected at. Having a rear shield is nice, but yeah, this is interesting. How'd this battlecruiser do? He's getting involved as well. Well, we know how to deal with that. We just pull away from him and make sure that these two will actually meet in the middle, and they'll take care of each other. By the way, you may or may not have noticed we have a slightly different recording setup. I am, I suppose, upping the production values slightly because I decided that you guys deserved a little bit better than what I was providing. So tell me how this new setup is currently going. Basically, we changed recording programs from just using, God, what's it called? NVIDIA's built-in thing that I normally have been using for, well, literally since we started this whole thing. That was actually the impetus that allowed me to actually start doing it, was because NVIDIA had their special proprietary thing that I just had to hit 2 buttons on. And I decided I'm going to put a little bit more effort into this. So our phaser's cutting through. So yeah, let me know how it's looking for you guys, and if there's anything that I need to change. If sounds are too quiet, good. You're firing at the target I want to do. If sounds are too quiet, if the quality has gone down, let me know what you think in the comments below. I will definitely be taking that into account as we move forward. And as you probably have noticed, this series is pretty close to real time right now. So videos are being recorded pretty close to when they actually go up. So I'll get that feedback relatively quickly. There may be a bit of delay because I like to get the weekend a bit pre-recorded just so that I don't have to deal with any problems. Mainly because also I have a lot of other commitments at the time. But yeah, it'll probably show up by Tuesday. And yes, definitely interested to know how the new recording setup is. It's nothing too fancy, no major changes, but I definitely want to keep tabs on that, see if the quality is sort of what you guys are hoping or expecting for. And if things have taken a major dip, well then I'll come up with another way of dealing with certain artifacts that I do not want to be in this. Mainly the fact that it shows the little NVIDIA thing in the corner every time I start recording, and that just always looks super tacky. I've wanted to do something about it for a while, and I finally, well, did something about it. So again, if you're noticing the sound quality isn't great, if there's something wrong with the video quality, let me know. I will do my very best to tweak and adjust and enhance. And yeah, we'll come through this with a great upgrade. So we are still coming in on this battlecruiser heavy. With his help was really indispensable for dealing with that battleship, or dreadnought. It's a Region class dreadnought. The battleships are the MNDs or whatever, Monarchs. So his heavy R torpedo was pretty important. However, we do want to make sure that he's dead before he can actually use that heavy R torpedo. With that in mind, Phaser G Lances yep. Oh, that's beautiful. I did not expect that to happen. So he launched his plasma torpedo right at the moment where we had to deal with something. And so we basically destroyed him and barely took that plasma torpedo on the forward left shield just in time. Which, wow, that worked out pretty good. So 216 prestige is our reward. A little bit light for how long it took us to do that, but we did have to run rings around a dreadnought. It's down to 21. We're going to keep the pressure on. We're going to try and take this planet. Probably not today, but maybe tomorrow, depending on how the missions go. Holding action, definitely. Holding action is free and easy money, because at the end of the day, if you don't like who you're fighting, run. And you can actually win by running. So spoiler, I'm actually going to sap the power. We literally do not have enough energy on this ship to charge everything. You'll notice that our heavy phaser Bs, they're not charging at all. So, yeah. Heavy phaser Bs, I believe, are the ones that do cause systems to be shocked if you manage to hit them through a downed shield. So that can be very useful later on in a fight. Let's check out to see who we're currently being escorted by. We have the listening post, of course, as well as the Brigand. So once again, working with pirates quite a bit here. Our enemies are currently in HDW X2, which is a fairly light vessel. Let's set a probe, find out exactly what it is we're getting involved with. We are going to put up our electronic countermeasures to a maximum level. One, it makes them chase us rather than us chasing them, which is an annoying status to be in. And two, it keeps us alive, mostly. I don't think he'll have a huge fighter complement. I didn't see... Yeah, he doesn't have V in his name. He's a really close quarters fighter, though. He's definitely designed with fusion cannons in mind. He's packing a grand total of 6 of them on a War Destroyer hull. That's a lot of firepower for something so small. So, yeah, let's see if we can't avoid getting everything blown up. Come back to my ship, please. And power screen, please. I want priorities on that. I should probably adjust this. I think I can go into the configuration and change this adjustment automatically so that it'll always be set to what I want when the mission actually starts. This X-type heavy cruiser is not particularly fast, although if we wanted a fast one, we would have had to get a fast cruiser. The fast cruiser, unfortunately, did not have an ESG Lance, which is the main reason why I have this ship, because I think the ESG Lance is a really cool idea. Mainly because it reminds me of the Fusion Lances from the Honor Harrington books. Yeah, well, it's not, I don't think it's called the Fusion Lance. It was called a Grav Lance. That was it. And if you're a fan of the Honor Harrington books, it pretty much shows up just in the first book on Basilisk Station, where Honor Harrington is given command of the light cruiser Fearless, which is specifically modified to test a brand new weapons concept. And that concept is to use grav lances and energy torpedoes, rather than traditional missiles, grazers, and lasers. The idea being that you would get a point-blank range with an enemy, fire your grav lance into their sidewall, which is their sort of defensive shields that they have, completely knock down the sidewall in one easy shot, and then massive waves of energy torpedoes can just destroy things, because energy torpedoes are amazing at breaking ships, but they can't penetrate sidewalled shields at all. So the concept would be, of course, you get small ships, a whole bunch of them, you throw them at a dreadnought, and you'll sacrifice maybe 3 or 4 cruisers for the price of a battleship or a dreadnought, and hey, maybe that comes out as a positive exchange. Needless to say, the crews who are aboard aren't really on board with the idea because, well, they're basically sent on a suicide run. Like this guy here, who we have annihilated. Beautiful. Alright, I'm not actually going to go red alert just yet because I got to fly around that, so I'm going to go yellow alert. Green alert would, of course, allow us to go even faster, I think. Oh, no, we can make full speed at yellow alert. That's nice. So let's increase the speed of time to this maximum so we can get right onto this listening post as quick as we can. And once we've got that all done, then we can, well, head on home. Or not home, well, we'll keep assaulting the planet, and maybe eventually we will take the planet. Now, the one downside, of course, I say this a lot, but we don't do holding missions all that often, so I may as well. If you do this mission, and you are trying to fight enemies, and you decide to not fight the enemies, the mission will end immediately after you scan at the listening post. However, if you blow everything up, you then need to find the edge of the map and fly right off of it. It's a slight annoyance because it does extend the time on things, but it's worth the additional prestige sometimes. Although I don't think we're going to get a whole heck of a lot of bonus prestige just purely based on the fact that it was a heavy war destroyer. And who cares about heavy war destroyers when you're flying X-type cruisers? Seriously, it's like, you are nowhere near to being in my league. And he wasn't, so we killed him. And warping on out of the system, we have accomplished our mission, we have stolen the data, and now we can figure things out. Hopefully. Crush fingers. Let's see what we found, or whether or not it's all ruined data that we simply cannot use in any way. That would be terrible. 350 prestige. Unfortunately, the data gathered was useless. We have gotten it. Oh, we didn't affect the Empire defense at all on that mission. That's disappointing. Shipyard assault. Uh-oh, this could be ugly. Hopefully we'll have some friends. I'm not 100% sure on the range of the ESG Lance. I'm going to have to go consult the Book of Armaments, or the mini Book of Armaments, because it is an Orion Pirates weapon which brought in the X era, which means it's not in the Pamphlet of Justice, which only contains the information from the base game. We are currently staring down a single heavy cruiser, but it is an X-type heavy cruiser for sure. Let's see what we're dealing with. Oh no, it's not. Huh. Oh yeah, because it's inverted. The X-type heavy cruisers have the 3 nacelles, where the 1 nacelle is on the bottom, not the top. So that's just the DGX. I believe the DGX skimps on fighter coverage too. Let's send a probe, see exactly what it is we're getting involved with. In the meantime, by the way, we're being escorted today by the IKV Crusader, who is relatively decently armed. He's not quite a drone ship, I don't consider that to be. So we got a DGX and 3 Stardocks. Yeah, it's just the DGX. It's the Oscar. Actually, I'm going to anticipate he's got a lot of fighters because only 4 Hellbores, and that's it. Doesn't seem like a reasonable compliment to me, but we'll find out relatively shortly, because we're almost in the range where he'll launch fighters, and we'll find out exactly what it is we're getting involved with. Shields to the maximum, if you don't mind, please, Mr. Whoever. Actually, no, let's find out exactly who that is. Huh, it's not listed. Mr. Skull Split? Oh yeah, Skull Split. I was trying to come up with some complicated, weird reason. Was my weakest shield my front shield? So he totally skimps on the fighters. Interesting. So we're going to Wrecking Ball this because it's only 2 Killer Bees. They're Killer Bee 3s, to be sure, which is dangerous. But there's only 2 of them. So hopefully they won't have enough Gatling firepower to make me have any negative side effects of being shot at by them, aside from light damage to the shields. Alright, so only 2. He does have a pretty significant phaser complement. I mean, he does have 9 phaser X's, which is quite a lot. Overload systems. We'll have our Gatling phasers take care of these Killer Bees, hopefully. Please. They fired and killed 1. And I assume he's about to fire on me, and I will use my other system. ESGs to full power. ESG Lance, if you don't mind. 4. Open up a shield and follow up with the heavy phasers. Disruptors on through. Not quite on the angle. I was really hoping to reduce his speed so I could get in close. I still want to hit with these ESGs. It's not a ton of damage, but it's damage, and that's important. Come on, just get a little bit closer. We're outrunning him now. Just hit him. Thank you. Phasers, follow up, fire, empty, pretty much everything. He's turning hard to get back on me, but I'm going to turn away and dump him in. Just to make sure that he doesn't feel like chasing after me. This will also give us an opportunity to slow down, and we've started to hit the power core. Also, we've hit everything else, but the power core is also important. So we're going to come way down in speed as we circle back around. Primary weapon, of course, is going to be our phasers in the re-engagement. The disruptors slowly charging a little bit. The main problem, unfortunately, that our heavy energy weapons, namely the 2 ESG Lances and the heavy phaser Bs, yeah, they're not going to come online anytime soon. We just do not have the power for it. Phasers, on the other hand, should be able to cut through most of his shielding. And do that. Alright, nice. Show me a Star Rock, please. I'll just hit the button. Send a probe. Find out exactly what we're getting involved with and increase the speed of time, if you do not mind. I'm anticipating, I'm fearing, my fears were correct. It's a Gorn Stardock, which means it is equipped with a F-type plasma torpedo, which is moderately terrifying. It does 20 damage every time it shoots at something, which means it's actually pretty dangerous to us. Oh, I forgot. We have pseudo-frigates, don't we? Nope, this time, thank you. Yeah, we have 2 pseudo-frigates. I'll have to remember to use them. I'm too used to having my X-type heavy cruisers be just nimble on their own murder machines rather than, hey, they also bring along some other things. Alright, so are we? Yeah, we're fully charged, so let's increase our speed. We'll sap from our shield budget just a little bit more. What is our maximum speed? Our maximum speed under red alert and all weapons charged is like 27. 26, 27, 27.5. So not tremendous. If we did take away some of our electronic countermeasures, we could improve that pretty significantly, actually. It would allow us to get up to the last 3.5 points of power that we need in order to get to maximum speed. However, we're not going to bother. Okay, start to slow down, because I'm anticipating a plasma torpedo at any moment, and I would like to have my defenses fully ready to receive. Are you going to fire, or what? Come on, dude. You know you want to. I'm in range. It's fully charged. We all know the deal. Open fire with that gosh darn plasma torpedo. Oh, it's not ready. Okay. I have a very brief window of opportunity. All weapons prepare for the follow-up. Wow, we killed it in one pass. That actually kind of impresses me. Alright, we gotta slow way down and also increase the speed of time once again, because we need to take a little bit of time to charge. We have a lot of weapons and, well, not a lot of free power at the moment. The ship is too overgunned. It looks pretty cool, though. I am a fan of the design. It's very sleek, deadly looking. Pointy, to be sure. Very pointy. But I'm a fan of pointy ships. I think pointy ships are the future, and everyone should be investing in them. 2 words, gentlemen. Pointy ships. And slow down the speed of time as we come in here so we can react to whatever he's about to throw our way. Mainly slowing down so that we can deal with this plasma torpedo. Okay. We have a brief window of opportunity. Once again, all weapons prepare for the follow-up. You reduced your shielding on some critical locations at the exact wrong moment. I can't say that that was a good plan, but it was yours, so hey, enjoy it while you can. And we'll just drift on to the last one. The C5 never really got involved in this battle. That's alright, though. I mean, I'm not super impressed by his armament. We're talking 5 disruptors, a decent number of Phaser X's to be sure, but only 5 missile launchers. So 10 heavy weapons in total, but disruptors are skirmishing weapons, and the missile launchers, well, 5 of them is not enough to get through anybody's point defense at this point. We're in an era where if you're not bringing a heck of a lot more than that, you ain't doing nothing. And how is your Plasma F torpedo? Also not ready. Okay. Get ready to come in. All weapons follow up. We're going to see if we can knock him out in one go. And he did fire his plasma torpedo in time. It did reduce our forward shields, but he wasn't able to cut through them, which is great. So I'm perfectly happy to hear that one. And let's see how much prestige. Well, should be what? 450 or 300? I think it's 450. Yeah, 450 prestige. Nice. And we've gotten it down to 16. Oh, it's almost in our grasp. Almost. But that's actually going to end it for today's episode. Let me know what you think about the episode quality. I'm really curious. We did change formats just a little bit, and I'm really wondering what you guys think of it. Anyway, I've been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time I post one of these videos, press that little bell icon, leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next episode.